We come down here in the woods Steve's trying to drag a few logs out. He come to clear a spot to bring them up the hill with, and we found this down here. They call these the Widowmaker. I don't even like him fooling with them. They're dangerous. But this is so bent, I don't know if you can see up there. It's got the other tree bent over that it's leaning on. I don't know if you can see it from here or not. He's going to go ahead and cut it loose and I think try to hook a chain to it when he gets the tractor down here and pull it down. There's a lot of dead trees down here. A lot of ash trees. This really scares me. I worry about it kicking back and hitting him.
I don't see about
Oh, it's starting to move. Did you get through it? Uh-oh. Chainsaw's hung up. Oh, be careful.
Oh no.
Oh, watch out, there it goes.
Timber! Yes, I said timber right. But ooh.
It's down.
I wonder how many black.
Now he's going to have to cut it up and get it out of the way because that's where he was going to bring his logs up from.
You got a new log.
I almost think what's happened is this log here has fallen and fell against that tree, and just because I'm not sure that tree's even dead. I think that it's just fell on the trunk down there.
Bop.
Or on the base, not the trunk, but the base of that tree and made it lean. I don't think it's actually even a dead tree.
It sounded dead whenever I knocked on it. It sounded like something.
Here's another one over here that's leaning against the other trees. Another dead one.
Oh, yeah.
It's really pretty down in here. We're thinking about making a picnic spot down in here.
Hi.
Back in here somewhere. We were sitting here a few minutes ago and a deer come running out up the hill and behind us, and it still had spots on it. It was pretty tall. I guess it was probably this spring's deer since it had spots. But you never know what you're going to see when you come down in the woods. So now he's got another job. Well, I think he's already got it moved out of the way where he's going to bring his logs up through this spot here, down there between those trees. So, but it's down anyway, so it can't fall on him when he's down there messing with his logs. Come on. Shoo, look at the flies. He's spraying the cows for flies. The flies are thick on them. Unfortunately, you can't spray on their face, and that's where they get the pink eye, from the flies sitting around on their face and in their eyes. They end up getting an infection in their eyes. So to try to keep that down, he sprays them with this fly spray. Okay, here's our new some fall stuff we got out. We put out some late Roma beans because the others just didn't do much. A lot of them didn't come up. So we're gonna try another round of them. These are, I can't think of the name. What are they, Steve? I can't think of the name. Top crop. These are sugar snap peas. They actually look really good. They're starting to vine. Huh? They're starting to vine some. I'm hoping to get some of these, a few of them in the freezer. And this is my late corn. This up here this is like for flour, like cornmeal. This is a blue variety.
Get away.
Did you let the bugs get away? You're not a very good bug keeper. And this here, I'm pretty sure is it's a dark green. Is my seed in here? Yeah, here it is. Here's the packet. Oxacan green dent corn. This is from M.I. Gardner. So I'm anxious to see what, I really want to pull an ear, but I don't have a whole lot. So we did pull one of the ears of the blue, and it was actually still white with some blue. But after it laid in the house for a few days, it turned a darker blue. More of the kernels turned blue. There's not a ton of it, but there might be a little bit. But as you see, we've got electric fence around it to keep the raccoons out of it, hopefully. All the sweet corn, we got all of it put up. There's nothing left over there. So this is all the corn that we have left for now. All the cows aren't up tonight yet. There's a few of them up. Pasture's down slow. He's been trying to give them a little bit of feed to kind of make up for that, because most of them have calves on them. It takes a lot extra out of them when they're feeding calves and not a lot of pasture. Oh, look at there, fixing to get stuck in there. One of them great big old calves, Steve. He's going to break a leg. No, now he's up in there. Can he get back out, you think? He's standing in the dinner table. Here's the calf that had the bad foot, the cut foot. He looks good. Let's see if we can get a look at it as we go by. It's got flies sitting on it. Well, I need to get off the ground. There we go. Looks a lot better. It's closing up, looks like. Doesn't look infected. Okay, here's some of the logs that he was after down in the woods. There's 2 there. And there's 5 over here. He put them up on this old silo base here to keep them up off the ground. He'll take these to the sawmill and he'll have something to saw lumber with this winter. There's the OM farm all peeking out there. And then the corn picker. And of course the bush hog. And then these 2 here, they're laying up on posts, so they're kind of up off the ground. The ironweed's in full bloom, which probably causes a lot of sneezing, but it's still kind of pretty. There was a couple of deer down there on the hill, but I think they took off when we come through the gate. And down here is the cornfield. It's looking good. After the coons have done their thing in it. I think they've kind of calmed down some now. But this is what all the hard work was for down there on the hillside. Okay, here's the sawmill. He's got it inside here in the barn. He's got a couple logs in here. He usually washes them off when he brings them out to get the mud off of them. And he's got a couple brought in. There's some lumber he's got sawed up already. He usually saws all of his lumber up to do repairs on whatever. On in there is the corn crib he built. Over there. Try to keep the coons out of it. There's that no-count dog. That's Bluey the farm dog. But there it is. He'll get some, we'll try to videotape one day when he's sawing some lumber so you can actually see how it works. It's pretty neat. Here's the zinnias. They're kind of weedy. But I'll tell you, by this time of the year, we're pretty much over the garden. We're done weeding. So we just kind of let it be what it is. But they're awful pretty. Show you this one back here. Oh, get my leg out. Look at this. Is this not gorgeous? Look at the color. These are undoubtedly my favorite flowers. Look at this one. I take pictures of them, but the pictures just don't show the color. It just don't. Because this is like a lime green. This here. Well, this one's kind of wrapped up with a morning glory vine. Look at that. It looks dark on camera, but it's more of a salmon color. Look here. Another morning glory vine. Some things are brutal, let me tell you. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? There's some morning glory sticking up out of it. Look at that. The oranges. Beautiful. Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? There's just all different shapes and sizes. Look at these. Just love them. These remind me of peppermint. They do. They're white with dark pink stripes on them. Look at that. And this is kind of pink with a white stripe on it. Kind of the opposite of the others. Aren't them pretty? I don't know what's happened to this guy. He's kind of got some deformities. And the marigolds are just now blooming, which is really late. We put these out generally to help fight the bugs, but they're a little bit late. Here's the tomatoes. They're really rough looking. They're just about done. A lot of them split. They would split before while they were still green. We got some put up, but they weren't very big in any of them. Look at this big giant sunflower. We've had a bunch of these this time. Something's eating on his leaves. He needs taken in. I can't break him. He's too big. And then these. Aren't they pretty? Gorgeous. These have put out a huge amount this year. It's gorgeous. There's a big yellow one up there. These look like, I'm not sure what these are. I want to say these are Coreopsis, but I'm not sure. If anybody knows, you can let me know. I'm not sure what they are. But I've got these here. And then there's some down on the other end that are an orange color and some like magenta color. We've got one squash here, patty pan. We picked some off of him yesterday, so there's none on it now. Over here are my pepper plants, which have just done amazing. I can't tell you how many of those notapinos I've taken in and put in the freezer. Just a ton of them. We're going to collect these big sunflower heads, take them in for seeds next year. That way, if we can't get any sunflower seeds, we will have our own to plant next year. I want to try to bring in some zinnia seeds because some of them are starting to dry down. This is not quite dry enough yet, but they'll get that way. I'm going to try to gather a bunch of them in, save them for next year. The more I save, the less I have to buy. Is the red button on? Okay, here's the green corn. Let's turn it off so I don't have to scream over top of it. Cross your fingers. Well, it's got a worm in it. Let me get him out. Get out of there, worm. Oh, I don't see much green. Yeah, I see a little bit. This stuff, it don't turn. It looks like the blue. That's not green. That looks like the blue. But these kernels are a little darker, I think, because the kernels on the blue were more white. That's still pretty, isn't it? We'll take it into the house and see what it does in a couple of days as it dries down some. We'll see if it turns more green. It's still pretty, I think. I'll cut this end off where the worms eat so it won't be nasty. I can open this knife with one hand without cutting myself. Now, we'll take him in and see what he does. See if he turns any more green. I'm hoping it does. I'm going to try to grind some of this. I don't know about green cornbread. I've seen blue, like blue corn chips, or blue tortilla chips, but I don't know about green ones. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I think that's about it for today. Okay. We're about to wrap up out here tonight and go into the house. It's starting to get dark and everybody's been fed and we've done our garden tour and took the boys 2 rides. I see the deer out down there eating in the hayfield. They've been out tonight. It's the second time we've seen them tonight. But thanks for coming to visit with us and come back and see us. We will update on the lumber on the sawmill. We'll try to get a video out on that when he starts sawing some of those big logs up. And don't forget to like and share these on your Facebook or whatever social media you use. And so subscribe to our channel. That way you can get updates and notifications when we do put out a new video. And I think that's it. Come back and see us. Have a great night and God bless.